Hey y'all, in this video I just wanted to talk a little bit about the chapter 1 discussion and some changes we're going to make starting with this week's chapter 3 discussion. First, a lot of you did well in the discussions, but there is some room for improvement, so I want to point out once again I've given you some directions and tips for reading and studying the chapters. And there's actually a fairly straightforward approach that I suggest you follow for doing your reading. It's a little time consuming, but I think if you do this, you will be fully prepared to think about the chapter content. I've given you some suggestions for taking quizzes and challenging. I've given you some instructions and suggestions for writing your discussions and exams. And so there's quite a bit there. And finally, I've given you some instructions for applying to discussion posts. So if you haven't looked over this stuff, take a look at it, and that might help explain if you feel like you got a relatively low grade from the chapter 1 discussion. Once you go over this stuff, if you haven't already studied it, I think hopefully you'll understand why your score was relatively low. And the other thing I want to mention is I've added recently this avoiding plagiarism page, which has 2 links to YouTube videos that help you understand what plagiarism is and how to avoid it. In any class, you should not be plagiarizing. That's basically the rules of college. And so if you don't remember your English classes or you need a refresher, I would strongly suggest you review these videos. And what's really great about them is they both give a lot of detailed instruction for how to properly paraphrase and then how to cite your work. So take a look at that. And I also give you a link to the APA style guide in the Purdue OWL. So if you click that, you'll see general APA guidelines, how to cite your sources in the text, how to make your references list, and somewhere here there are example papers. So this is a really good reference for undergrads especially to make sure you're using APA style correctly. They have one of these for MLA also, and if you want to use MLA, that's fine with me. Okay, so now the second thing is we're going to change up a little bit the procedure for turning in your discussions. So for week 3, I'm sure everybody has already opened up the discussion to see what you're writing about this week. Did Julie violate Pat's expectations at the end of the case? This is fairly controversial. Some people do not think Pat overheard the women talking, or they think that his expectations weren't violated. Other people think Julie did violate Pat's expectations. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys come up with. So now what you're going to do, and what I've suggested in the pages that I've just shown you, is you're going to work on this answer, and your final answer you're going to type up in a Word document. You're going to save it as a .docx. And when you've got your final answer, you've gone to the Writing Center, they've helped you revise it, your answer is as good as it's going to get, you're going to come down to week 3, you're going to click the discussion, you're going to click reply, and then you're going to copy and paste your answer into this, and then you're going to post it. We're not going to post that, but so just like you did last week, if anybody is typing their answers here, I think that Julie clearly did or did not. That's not what you should be doing. You need to be working on this outside the browser, and then when you're finished, copy and paste it here and post it. And then after you do that, you're going to click next. And I can't show you this, but when you come to the Turnitin assignment, which is worth 0 points, there will be a Dropbox where you can upload your paper. It should be the exact same answer. You just copy and pasted. You're going to upload it to Turnitin. One nice thing about Turnitin.com is you can see the results and you can see, is there anything in my paper that looks like it might be plagiarized? And so we can use this as a tool to help you work on your writing. So that's it for this week. Let me know if you have any questions, and based on the work you guys did in the first week and the feedback you've received, and now hopefully there were a lot of good answers, but a lot of room for improvement with most people looking to see improved papers. And like I said, if you have any questions, ask in the CCQs, anything specific about my comments on your week 1 discussion, ask in the comments. I'll answer in the comments. And what I'm going to start doing tomorrow is responding to your Chapter 1 quiz challenges. So anyway, that's it for now. Have a good rest of the week, and I will be talking to you again soon.